decaffeinating sucks. I'm so fucking sleepy.
Estimated arrival in Heimdall is 1410.
Maintain current course and speed. Once we reach Ulster, adjust course to run parallel to the railroad.
Aye, aye, Captain.
You have my thanks, Your Grace. Your assistance this past week has been invaluable.
Think nothing of it. This is the Crimson Wing's job, after all. I've no doubt your first bout of field exercises in Northumbria saw you even busier than I. It is I who should be thanking you for your hard work.
To be honest, I'm having a difficult time deciding how to proceed as a teacher.
Perhaps that is a sign of General Craig's influence. I would advise you to follow your own convictions for the time being. That way, you may...
Ah, instructor. There you are.
Cadet Arner.
Greetings, my lord.
Oh, I
Seeing it
forgot.
up close, the Courageous is truly amazing.
I forgot Cedric turned into a massive asshole.
And though it was barely used during the Civil War, its main cannon is certainly impressive as well.
That feels like ages ago that we had the whole thing with him trying to steal Kurt.
Perhaps we should consider deploying a number of cruisers to match our fleet of battleships.
Cadet.
It is true that during an emergency, such power may prove beneficial. Learning when to use one's power and when to refrain is an important lesson. If that is the lesson your field exercises have taught you, then I'd say it is safe to declare them a success.
Yes, of course. My thanks, Captain Arcade. I look forward to seeing you again. I wish you luck patrolling the Summer Festival alongside my older brother.
My question is the Summer Festival Chapter 4? Or is that going to be like the epilogue final event of this game? That's what I'm curious about.
Damn it! How many times have they slipped away like that now? There's no end to it!
They're really ramping up the mystery stuff.
We need help from the Intelligence Division or the RMP.
Man, it'd be nice if all we had to deal with are those half-wits. But we can't afford to let our guard down. Spread out and lay low until the appointed time. Be sure you've got your ramdas ready to use.
Roger. Recommencing mission.
What is a ramda?
Red flowers?
Uh-oh. No. Just destroy them.
I don't think so.
Oh, that fucker again. Thank you. Fuck that guy. Every time he's shown up, it's been a massive fucking pain in my ass.
There's no end to them. The eyes which served as the vessel for the bringer of miracles. But when the flame consumed the mirage, the fairy tale became that of the Empire. So as a professional, how do you intend to intervene?
Oh, was I that obvious? To be perfectly honest, I'm having a bit of trouble finding a lead.
What was his real name again? I forget.
I was hoping we could work together as friends and colleagues and have ourselves a little information exchange. I could even help you bury the hatchet with the elder of your clan, perhaps?
That's right. You have an agreement with her, don't you? Well, I'll consider your offer. However, I ask that you play nice from now on, Mr. Former History Instructor. Or should I say, Second Dominion Thomas Lysander the Partitioner.
Okay, they're spelling it out for me. Don't remember what this means, though. Does he belong to the church? The church that hunts artifacts I can't remember the name of? Second highest ranking member of the Dominion. What is the Dominion? There's so many factions already. That's kind of exhausting. It could just me being also just sleepy as hell. Finish my tea, that's not gonna make a fucking difference. Okay, so I wasn't that far off. And it's the Dominion that works for the church, which is the Ritter? Something Ritter, I remember.
I would not have expected that Olivert would be missing the party like this.
Are there 3 factions that end with Ritter, and it's very annoying? Is it Eisenritter? Fuck. "100% there's a Stahl Ritter. That is Duvalie and them. I want to say there's a Gralls Ritter and an Eisenritter, which is just like, you're not helping, game. You're not helping.
It is unfortunate, yet understandable, given the current situation. With the Crimson Wings safeguarding Heimdall's skies, I'm sure the citizens will feel at ease.
Yes,
it's so tempting
but I can't
sometimes
help but feel bad for him.
to go and read a wiki, but then I know I'm gonna get spoiled for shit. Because I'm gonna end up reading something I didn't know canonically in game yet.
I wonder if he's been upset over Cedric's actions of late.
Gralsritter are the church's military, which is led by the Dominion, the Einselnik. God damn it. So, what's her face that was working with Kevin? Was it Reese? Reyes? She was a Gralsritter. Which is just... but is also part of the Dominion. And it's all in Remiferia? Is where they are? She was just the Night Knights are basically a Dominion sidekick. Okay. Because in my head, Kevin and Reese's, like, work affiliations, they were, like, part of, like, different things, but I guess they technically are, but still.
Olivert isn't the type to let that get to him. You should know this as well as I.
No, you're right.
I'd be down to see either one of them
when
someday.
He lost his mother and was adopted into the royal family. I would have understood if he hadn't accepted me, given his early life. But he gladly welcomed me as his stepmother and was truly happy when Alphen and Cedric were born.
Yes, that is the virtue he possesses. It's easy to believe he has friends not simply across Erebonia, but the entire continent.
Yes. However, recently, even though Cedric once looked up to his older brother, he...
Pardon me, Your Highness. Chancellor Osborne would like an audience.
Very well. Send him in.
Does he have a Divine Knight as well? He must. Osborne must have a Divine Knight as well.
My apologies for interrupting, my liege. You as well, Lady Priscilla.
No. It's quite all right. I shall excuse myself now.
Guess that's her term is Squire. I guess. Thomas's Squire is like that too. Have we met Thomas's Squire?
She seems to have some worries about the prince.
It is to be expected, so long as she sees things differently from you.
Understood.
In any event, it seems things are beginning to line up with what was written in the records.
Yes, though we set the timing for the Civil War ourselves. By this point, however, the ending is all but decided. But are you certain this is all right? Leaving everything in my hands?
As I told you 14 years ago, if there truly is no other way to avoid this end, then I shall leave it all to you. It may place a great burden on my sons, but could not the same be said of you?
Yes, my liege.
Okay, so there's some sort of cyclical thing, or maybe it's only happened the one other time. There's something that's destroying the world, question mark, that was halted 250 years ago. And the only way to have a different outcome than what they did, because they didn't stop it, they simply like stalled it. They didn't like overcome, it's just like sealed it away or whatever. This is all me guessing, this is all my assumption. And now all the players are setting the stage to kind of recreate history, to create the necessary situations to have it play out again, in the hopes that this time those with the swords make a different choice or overcome it this time or something. This is what I think is the overall grand arc story thing. Chose a bad time to decaffeinate myself. No summer uniforms. Boo. Students of both the main and branch campuses were only allowed to remove the inner lining from their normal uniforms. Ugh, that would suck. It's obvious in hindsight. Oh, it's Rosine. Yeah. I mean, I figured it would be another sister. If you have played Coastal 2 a second time to do a special section about the Black Records, you have already known Thomas was a knight. Ah. Oh, Summer Festival for Chapter 4. I missed your messages for a few minutes. I was so busy thinking of the overarching plot that they're like slowly drip feeding enough for me to like kind of maybe guess what the hell is even happening. Up till now, we've covered an overview of the time period from the Great Collapse to the modern era. Starting this week, we'll be taking a more in-depth look at certain key individuals. We'll start with Dreikel's Rice Arnor, father of the Imperial Renaissance. So hopefully we get to meet Ein someday. I need it. Why did you say I need it in all caps? Did we get? Is it a woman? Did we get one glimpse of her? How big are her boobs? 250 years ago, he brought the War of the Lions to a close, ushering us into the modern era. Though he was born as the third prince of Emperor Valius V, he was born out of wedlock and ended up abdicating his status and wandering the Empire. He found himself at the edge of the Empire, the Nord Highlands. There, he was welcomed by the nomadic tribes and spent a few years with them. Meanwhile, the Empire's mainland had been plunged into a bloody civil war. Originally, he had no interest in the throne, but once he saw the toll the war was taking on his country, he decided to put an end to it. He started with only 17 followers, 16 Nord warriors who decided to join him and his confidant, the knight Roland. Half a year later, though, Prince Dreikel's would have a fateful encounter in the southeast of the Empire, Legram. The daughter of a count and leader of the Eisenritter, Leanne Sandelot. The hero otherwise known as the Lance Maiden.
I have a question. Was that person you and the other instructors fought the real Saint Leanne?
Oh good. They all know what happened. Yeah, I've been wondering the same thing. Saint Leanne is a legendary knight. There's no way it was actually her, but I heard the fight was intense. Well, instructor?
Without a doubt. She was tremendously strong, and that aura of hers certainly seemed real.
She's just hyped up a bit across the game. She's often considered one of the single strongest people in the world. That she would be the only person that could take on Arianrod by herself and win. Ooh.
But it's possible one of Ouroboros' members is just posing as her.
I suppose someone who's like hunting down artifacts, like crazy powerful artifacts, would be pretty strong.
Let's put that aside for now, though.
Stingy.
By the way, 254 years ago today, on July 4th, the War of the Lions came to an end. Now keep in mind, the test will cover the events from just before to just after the War of the Lions, so make sure to review that time period thoroughly. I hate to admit it, but he really is good at teaching. Well, to be fair, he himself was a student just last year. I heard his grades were pretty high, too. He looks great in glasses, too. Oh. I hope as Muse is betraying us, because she's probably going to betray us. I hope as she's portraying us, she still continues to flirt with Reen. Anyway, 4 days of midterms. Oh, our 4 days. That didn't make any sense. Our 4 days of midterms will begin tomorrow. General studies, military science, arts, information processing, combat technique. There will be a lot to cover, so good luck. You rattle those all off like it'll be easy. No way all that is going to be easy. I suppose we'll simply have to trust in everything we've learned thus far. By the by, a little birdie told me the contents of our exams and the schedule will match that of the main campus. I wonder, will our grades be posted alongside theirs? That's right, both individual scores and class averages will be posted at both campuses. So it should be worth your time to study, wouldn't you agree? It's so blatant. So you're going to make us compete. And our little crown prince is gonna be handed first place on a silver platter, yeah? I can totally see that happening. No, that won't happen. Also, why did they take his glasses off? I had him with glasses this whole game, right? Looking at his face, I'm like, his face looks weird. In the past, Thors was split up into nobles and commoners, but grading has always been done fairly. The instructors I know at the main campus wouldn't let grades be tampered with like that. So at the very least, the exams will be a level playing field. If you say so. There will also be a little reward waiting for you guys once the exams are over. Didn't Cedric say a thing about grades and like deciding whether or not Kurt goes to the main campus or not? Am I making that up? This was literally like several months ago IRL. The last time when we saw Cedric. You'll have a free day this weekend to look forward to, so give the exams your all. I'll be giving the exams for Erebonian history and combat technique, so please ask me anything you're confused about before tomorrow. So I'm glad that isn't common, at least in American public schools. I don't feel anything good comes from being shamed by being directly compared to your peers. I mean, it is a double-edged sword. Because, like... yeah, it's a thing that's both good and bad, because the bad part is you feel like shit. The good part is, turning it into a competition kind of drives a lot of people to, like, do better than they would have normally. So... it's really just down to, like... choice of whether or not to do it. All preparations for the exams have been completed. Grades will be posted alongside the main campus, but I don't expect there to be problems. Our curriculum should be in sync, thanks to the OrbitalNet. It's great that we were able to work with the main campus instructors to come up with exam questions. All that's left is for the students themselves to show us what they've got. Jaeger Corps have been confirmed retreating from the Empire since last month's field exercises. And according to the Intelligence Division, it would appear the Society has withdrawn as well. I see. Well, if that's true, it's great news, but maybe we can stop being fully clenched all the time now? We cannot let our guards down completely, but for the time being, we can at least allow them to just be students. Take care not to disclose any information regarding exam questions, but feel free to clarify any questions the students have. Be a simple guiding hand in their studies. Looks like Big Bad Mr. Michael has really toned it down. He's always been very serious and responsible, but it seems like he's been thinking with the students in mind recently. Let's do our best to be as much help to the students as we can today. Right, we've still got some time before the school closes for the day. Well then, let's split up, gang. Still don't know why they took my glasses off. The exams will be held over the next 4 days, and then this Sunday is a free day. The location for our next field exercises will be announced too, so it's going to be a busy few days. I already know where it is! It's on the map! It's in Heimdall, I think. It's like everyone's working together to brush up on their weak subjects. I guess I'll make my rounds, talk to any students who look like they're having a tough time. That aside... Ouroboros in the Black Workshop. Wonder if the principal and the professor know anything about them. Oh, they totes do. They're not gonna say. Schmidt definitely won't. I have studying points. I have studying points. I got so many thank you messages. It's not an engagement ring, Elisa. Never think that again. Oh my god. I don't even remember what I gave her. What a bold boy you are. I mean, Sharon was always down. I've never had fresh ground coffee, to my knowledge. I imagine that's like the best way to have it. I don't remember sending this many gifts, but I guess I did. I guess I did. What did I give Alphen? Oh, tea. Okay. Okay. Oh, hello. That's a lot of stuff just on this one screen. But yeah, oh yeah, it's right there. Everywhere there's an X camp is where there's been a thing. Because we were there. We were just there. And where was the other one? Oh yeah, right there in Crossbell. So I already know where it is. Okay, let's save. So I don't have to go through those cutscenes again. And then, because I've been forgetting for a while, Black Records. I have more than those two to read, I think. I'll just read the new ones then. I'll actually sit up so I don't fucking ruin my back. The Lance Maiden! Two shadows wavered in the corner of a dark underground room, lit only by a small bonfire. I see, so you feel an overwhelming presence, do you? A young maiden stood before the fire, the faint breeze passing through the underground blew her hair, giving it the appearance of a flowing stream of gold, contrasting with the massive silver lance she held in her arms. Oh, are you telling me you wish to turn back before we have even begun? If you are, then so be it. This is far beyond the power of mankind. A young blonde-haired woman with red eyes wielding a dimly shining staff answered in an antiquated tone. The maiden shook her head and urged the woman to open the door for her. It bore the crest of a cross, surrounded by spirals. The maiden's name was Leanne Sandlot, the daughter of the Count of Lohengrin Castle in Legram. However, she would be remembered by history as the Lance Maiden. Raised in Legram, known for its masterful teachings of warfare, she displayed skill in the art of battle far surpassing her age. At the young age of 15, she was already a match for the Castle Knights. Said to have godlike mastery of a lance on horseback, it wasn't long before she had completely surpassed the other knights in competitions, amassing a veritable mountain of laurels and awards. The country was amazed by this young girl's incredible talent. The tale of the maiden, who was stronger than the knights protecting her, spread and people began to flock to her. At age 16, she began hearing a voice in her head. The voice was austere yet magnanimous, and it told Leanne of the duty she had to fulfill and the destiny she had to accept. Naturally, Leanne was upset by this voice only she could hear. However, it wasn't long until she met its owner, a mysterious woman who called herself a witch. The witch spoke of an entity sealed far below the castle and of Leanne's duty to become its master. Its presence was overwhelming and once claimed it would bring its wielder great power, yet it also had the potential to cause great devastation. After much consideration, Leanne made the decision to undergo its trial. It was her way of trying to bring an end to the Empire's conflicts. In addition, as long as she held this power for her own, the noble families would never be able to abuse it. The witch was surprised by Leanne's answer, but recognized her determination and spirit by offering to help her. Thus, the door opened, and the Lance Maiden and the witch proceeded into the trial. 5 years later, the demise of the Emperor would lead to the beginning of the largest scale civil war history had ever seen, the War of the Lions. Ooh, the Salt Pail. That happened more recently than I thought. Only 1178. On July 1st, 1178, at 5:45 a.m., a great catastrophe struck North Ambria, then a principality in northern Zemuria. A giant white pillar suddenly appeared on the outskirts of its capital, Haliask. The pillar was composed of not of snow or ice, but salt. As such, it was named the Salt Pail. A storm of salt spread outward from it, salinifying everything it touched. Despite only lasting a few days, its effects were felt for months afterward as citizens fled south seeking refuge. In the immediate aftermath of the catastrophe, the number of victims equaled about 1/8 of the country's population. That number rose to nearly a third of the population with the inclusion of victims in the days that followed. After the incident, the Septian Church led evacuation procedures, provided aid, and employed hundreds from the Bracer Guild to help. In a short time, relief forces from Erebonia, Remiferia, Girai, Liberal, and the Republic of Calvard had assembled in North Ambria. Meanwhile, the country's leader, Prince Balmond, who had fled to a neighboring country at the start of the catastrophe, had returned to rebuild the government. However, he was met with violence from the enraged citizens for leaving them behind in their hour of need. In the end, he was forcibly removed from power, and North Ambria became a democracy. The remnants of its former armed forces were formed as the Northern Jaegers. Erebonia, their neighbor to the south, had contradictory views on their new autonomous state. On one hand, it refused to recognize the legitimacy of the new democratic government. On the other, it eagerly welcomed the Northern Jaegers. North Ambria's extreme poverty and focus on bringing in foreign currency meant that the former soldiers were easily manipulated by the promise of imperial coin. The Jaeger Corps went around the empire hiring themselves out to the nobility and newly developing businesses who were fighting over septium and natural resources. They turned out to be the perfect pawns for Erebonia to use in its proxy wars and internal struggles. Despite this, the massive amounts of mira that flowed in from the empire helped save North Ambria from its dire straits. 27 years after the catastrophe of the Salt Pail, the Empire annexed North Ambria as reparations for the Northern Jaegers' actions in the Erebonian Civil War. As before, Erebonia's vast resources ended up lifting the former independent state out of its chronic poverty. Shortly after the disaster, the Septian Church restricted access to the northern half of the country. After the annexation, however, the Imperial Army's Intelligence Division began investigating the Pale, which had since been classified as an otherworldly singularity. One of the Intelligence Division's collaborators has been able to confirm that members of the Church's Dominion retrieved the Salt Pail and brought it back to Orteria. That's where they are, Orteria. Wherever the fuck that is. It's rumored, however, that a piece of the Pale still remains on site in North Ambria. That killed my throat. I don't know why that killed my throat. Just dried it out. Okay. But hold on. Wait, so this is the end of Sky 1, so that was only 2 years ago. Because it's 12:05 currently. So, like... Wait. I need a timeline. I just need to read a timeline. I think I've read... definitely read the Lionheart Emperor. I don't know if I ever read the Magic Knight one, but... I think I did. Okay. There are things everywhere. I have 3 study points. 5 people? I don't know who to pick. Creating clean water during... Oh, am I gonna have to remember and then give people proper advice? Fuck. Prepare a container, pack bottom with cloth. Pack charcoal, sand, and pebbles in that order. Oh, fuck me. Pour water from above and wait. I mean, that's easy enough to remember, I guess. This is like something they teach actual soldiers in the front lines. Make sure everyone memorizes this. How many red things are there? Okay. Oh, I never put his glasses back on. There we are. Oh, Principal Le Guin, you wear glasses? That's a little surprising. Well, actually, for some reason, my vision is unusually keen. I can see everything in excruciating detail from up close to a great distance away. Sometimes I find myself getting annoyed by specks of dust floating in the air. So to combat this issue, I commissioned these glasses to suppress my vision. That's somehow not surprising at all. All that's left to do for the exams tomorrow is to leave them to the students. Is there something you'd like to ask me about Ouroboros, perhaps? Yeah, so you knew. What are your thoughts about the report that the Jaegers and Ouroboros have pulled out of Erebonia? I'd certainly recommend taking it with a grain of salt. The Ions, the Black Workshop, there are far too many unseen forces at work here. Yeah, I agree. Regarding the Maiden, we've reached an answer of sorts, for better or worse. She definitely called upon her full power when fighting the two of us. But what if there was something more to her, something beyond the power of a human? If she's out of the picture for good, then that's fine. Otherwise, we need to be ready for her, and by we, I mean all of you. Understood, I'll definitely keep that in mind. Nah, I like her cape. She can keep her cape. She looks pretty good with glasses, not gonna lie. Oh, there they are. What's we got? Oh, yeah. We got hair. Just casual shirt. Okay. What else is on this floor? Who is that? Is it Yuna? We have to exclude 2 of them. I'm thinking I'll go with Altina and Yuna. And then not Muse. She's a genius. She's a secret genius. She's secretly evil, so she's secretly genius as well. Ash is smarter than he looks. Carter works really hard. I don't fucking know. But we'll definitely do Altina and Yuna. Why is all this Empire history stuff so tricky for me? Do you get any of this, Leo? I can help you with the crossbow stuff. I'm all set when it comes to stuff about the ocean, but anything else, I'm a lost case. I get that it's important to know history so you can learn from it. But do we really gotta memorize all these names and dates? I feel like my head's about to explode. I am the history teacher, so... Hey, Yuna, Leonora. Sounds like you two might be having some trouble. Instructor Reed. Well, you're kind of at the root of all our problems right now. Guess that's one way to put it. It's my way of apologizing. How about I help you study? For real? Oh man, that'd be great. This part we covered in class just recently. The War of the Lions began in 947. Can you name the 3 events that directly led to it? The War of the Lions was a battle over succession, so the first reason was the death of Emperor Valius V. Yes, that's exactly right. The next is the assassination of Prince Manfred, right? He was supposed to be the emperor. But isn't it just those 2 things? Well, to be fair, the third reason's a little tricky. But it's also the most direct cause of the war. All the remaining princes trying to claim the throne at once. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, I get it. The first one to try to seize the throne was the 4th Prince, Orthros. Then it was 2 years after the war began that Prince Draekels raised an army to put an end to it. When you explain it in steps like that, it's easier to understand. Yeah, there's a lot to remember, but I feel like it's better organized in my head now. Glad to help. No matter how the question is actually written, as long as you understand the sequence of events, you should be able to answer. I hate to admit it, but he's kind of reliable. Why don't you just appreciate him for what he is? I hope I was able to help you guys even a little. Oh, and while I'm here, let me go over the different battlefields with you. And with that, Rain taught. Taught like I never taught before. I didn't mean to talk again.
Looking for medicine?
Not really. Oh, I need some battle scopes, though.
Come again anytime.
Are you helping these 2 study, Toa? Yep, sure am. These 2 were both a little worried about questions on politics. Not to mention all the recent changes in the political landscape. The dissolution of the House of Representatives and the House of Peers, the establishment of the Central Diet and the 8 Metropolis Plan. It all sounds like some foreign language. I feel your pain. If you have the time, would you mind helping us out, Reem? There's only so much I can cover on my own. Sure thing. Oh my god, free AP just for talking. Oh, new Imperial Chronicle that I have to read. Alright, is she the seed girl? That's why she gave me all that stuff. Seed girl. I guess we could go with the 3 originals. Ash and Music and figure their own shit out. I don't care about you. Oh, Instructor Reed. You're all studying for the test together? Yes, we're going over things subject by subject and teaching each other the ones we know best. My specialty is the medical field. Leave survival skills to me. Finally, I'm in charge of physics. Sounds like you guys have got a good system going on here. Well, if that was everything on the exams, then yes, but I'm having some trouble with history. I guess that's where I come in. Here, let me take a look. Got all this free AP. Are you 2 studying orbital technology? For now, yes. I'm gonna teach Tita about military science, and she's teaching me about orbits. Well, it doesn't sound like there's much I can help with here. Actually, regarding the usage of orbital AEDs, if you don't mind, could we get a brief overview? I had some questions about its use outside of just basic operation. But yeah, I was curious about that too. Well, that I can help with. Leave it to me. so good at this. Looks like you two were reviewing political ethics. Indeed, unlike other subjects, this one incorporates current events. So we thought we could study by reviewing said events. Unfortunately, all of these new terms are rather confusing. I've just spent the whole time asking Kurt questions. Sorry for keeping you from your own studying. Not at all. Explaining these concepts to you is an excellent method of review for me. So please don't worry yourself. You really are a great guy. That is actually very true. That was true for me. I ended up being someone who, like, they would ask me. It's like, what does this mean? How does this work? And me explaining it to other people makes me learn it harder. Or at least helps me, like, remember it for the long term. Kurt seems to be doing fine, but I might still be able to help out here. I mean, if Kurt is so fine, I guess I'll leave him be. We'll see how the others are doing. Ooh, actual quest. Valerie, what are you doing here? Is there a problem? No, I was just wondering why you weren't studying for the exams. Everyone else has gotten together and started studying their weakest subjects. Must I do the same thing as everyone else? Besides, exams are for measuring your average knowledge. If you cram the day before, it's not a proper measurement. Well, I suppose, but I thought that Valerie had opened up a little since she first got here. I guess she's still just as aloof as ever. Oh yeah, you joined the Modern Music Club, right? How's that been going? Well, that reaction says it all. Are you having some trouble with the club? Let's say I am. What does it matter to you? I'd appreciate if you could quit prying into my personal matters. I've got nothing to talk with you about. Is that so? As a teacher, I can't let whatever problem she's having continue. I must be overbearing and domineering and insert myself into all your problems. Talk to the other members of her club first, Pablo and Gustav. Well, I know where Gustav is. Like, I already saw him, so. Hey, Gustav, can we talk? Instructor Reen, what is it? I wanted to ask you about Valerie. Did something happen in the Modern Music Club? Well, it seems like Pablo and Valerie got into a fight over something. Valerie hasn't shown up to practice since then. Somehow I knew this would happen eventually. Why is that? Well, Valerie's the kind of person who shies away from the spotlight. Not because of her personality, but more because of her upbringing. Oh? Valerie's always seemed to carry herself like a noble. Sometimes she almost reminds me of Muse and Tatiana. Yeah, I got that same impression from her. Nobles are extremely rare in Northumbria these days. I wonder if she grew up being resented by those around her. It's possible. But this is all just speculation. Good point. I need to ask her about it directly. Thank you, Gustav. That was a big help. Oh, don't mention it. I didn't actually do much. Should go talk with Pablo next. Oh, Pablo. Oh, Pablo. Oh, I'm gonna be so yawny, like, for the next week. I hate it. Are you two studying physics? Looks like you're making good progress. Well, actually, we're having a hard time concentrating. But I'm sure that if you helped us, we could make even more progress. I almost thought you were being serious there for a second. Muse never changes. No. Hey, Rain. Oh, hello, Randy. Are you teaching military studies? Yeah, well, Sydney was about to head out. Jeez, he's still got potential. Kids shouldn't give up so easily. I was planning on studying some more tonight. I just figured I should relax for a bit first. He's lying. Here's the thing. I said it to myself about a lot of things, and I'm always lying to myself. So Reed is correct. He's offering to lend you a hand. Just say aye and be done with it. Fine. Randy, would it be alright if I help too? We may need to get a little rough with Sydney. Oh yeah? Sounds great to me. Why does these things always happen to me? Hey, Pablo. Hey, Instructor Ring, can I help you with something? I wanted to ask you about Valerie. I heard you got into a big fight with her. Argument got way out of hand. We haven't talked since. How did it start? I asked her to be on vocals. She never sings in front of people, but I've heard her sing to herself a few times and her voice is just too good. So I asked her to take over on vocals, even just once, you know? She wasn't having it, though. I got a wee bit pissed. Next thing you know, we were going at it. I see. Come to think of it, I've heard her singing too. I clearly remember that she had a nice voice. I know she doesn't want to be in the spotlight, but I just think it'd be such a big waste of talent if she didn't. I know I went overboard myself, though. Problem is, I cannot figure out how to make things right. Right. I'm gonna talk to her one more time. Can you wait a little longer? Instructor Reen, cheers, I appreciate it. I think I've got a better grasp on the situation now. I should probably go talk with Valerie again. The midterm exams are coming up. Everyone looks so serious. I've been giving out coffee and candy in the cafeteria, but even I'm starting to get nervous. I don't really think you have anything to worry about. By the way, you seem tired. Is everything okay? Don't worry, I'm fine. After all, I need to support everyone. Okay, but don't overdo it, alright? Anything here that I... Ooh! Okay, what is in here? Issue 7. Page 1 of 9. Ordis bombarded, Juno taken by force. At dawn on June 19th, the port city of Ordis in the Lemare province was assaulted by an unimaginably loud sound. At the same time, a giant pillar of water rose up in the bay, and 10 minutes later, there was a second roar that sunk the freighters anchored in the bay instantly, sending the enormous port city into an immediate panic. The bombardment continued afterward, and while no rounds fell into the city, harbor buildings and ships were heavily damaged. The Bale Ares lighthouse, the symbol of Ordis, was completely destroyed. Where did the bombardment come from? The source of the assault is thought to be the very new Dragonov-class railway cannons that were recently unveiled. The 4 weapons that were constructed in RF's western factory for the Imperial Army were stolen and attacked from the valley region more than 500 selj away from Ordis. According to the Imperial Army, the new cannon's maximum range is 500 selj, which is unexpected proof that it was those weapons that were used. Naval Fortress briefly occupied. At 9 o'clock on the same day as the shells rained down, the Juno Naval Fortress near the port city was attacked suddenly and was briefly occupied. The Unified Regions Army that was in charge of the fortress pushed through in a break from the railway gunfire from the valley. They said that the fortress was occupied by a Jaeger Corps and an autonomous weapon group of unknown affiliation. They are assumed to be the same group that stole the railway cannons. There was an armored group with the 2nd Corps as well, so reports are conflicted. Handling the incident and assigning responsibility, the port city and valley areas were surrounded by confusion, but the 4 railway cannons were recovered by the Unified Regions Army and those helping them by noon of the same day. Other companions recaptured the naval fortress, bringing the incident to a close. However, powers other than the captured Jaeger Corps fled the area and their location is still unknown. The Jaeger Corps were given over to the Imperial Army's Intelligence Division and have already had their identities discovered, but a well-informed source tells us they may not be revealed by the order of the government. In any case, it appears to be clear that Marquis Ballard of the Lemare province was involved in both the theft of the railway cannons and the understaffing of the naval fortress, making a rare statement of impeachment likely to be handed down by the Imperial Provincial Council. Incident: strange occurrences near Haliask. Also on June 19th, near Haliask in the Northumbria province, an underground autonomous weapon factory was discovered, then seized and destroyed within the day. It was assumed to be a remnant of an international criminal organization from the Northern War last year and is not thought to be directly related to the incident in Lemaire. Bravo to both campuses of Thor's Military Academy. The incident was handled by the Thor's Military Academy students who were training near Haliask. As the head cadet, Crown Prince Cedric made the decision, and finally the factory was attacked by the Crimson Wings, totally destroying it and allaying any doubts. Local residents were temporarily evacuated, but His Highness's directions and care for the wounded were perfect. He's not your average student, says one classmate. Incidentally, students of the Academy's branch campus contributed to the handling of the incident in Lemaire, giving an additional sheen of pride to the Horned Lion crest. Preparations for the summer festival begin 1 month later than other areas of the Empire. The time for Heimdall Summer Festival is nearing. The event will be held July 17th through the 19th this year, which is slightly short. It will be full of celebrations and events like the Summer Festival concert, the summer races, and a special performance of the opera. What do I feel like the opera's gonna get? Is that gonna be Vita in disguise? Probably gonna be Vita in disguise. Stars in the ancient Sumerian civilization. Beginning on July 7th in the Laika district of Heimdall, the stars of the ancient Sumerian civilization exhibit will open at the museum. The event will last the entire month, and many are expected to visit during the summer festival. The permanent exhibitions in the entrance hall are also said to be enjoyable. The curator reminds us to let your mind go back to the romance of ancient times. So I don't know about you. I've never... Here's a better way to put it. I have always regretted going to a museum. Always regretted it. I've never gone on my own because I know I will always regret it. I only ever go when I'm like with people that are like, let's go to the museum, see the thingy thing. I'm like, I can't very well just say no and go bye. Like, I'll just go with the crowd, but like, every time I'm just like, I would never do it. I just don't care. I've never seen anything in a museum and I was like, you know what? That was worth the time and money of my life. Ash Stark, don't you need to study? What do you think we're doing? We're just doing this for fun? We're actually using chess pieces to review military science. Oh, I see. Both of them scored high in that class. Maybe I'll join them since I have the chance. Yeah, sure. This reminds me of when I was in school. Would it be alright if I joined you? Sure, that'd be great. Sounds like a good way to kill time, at least. If you have any questions, I'm all ears. In that case, can you analyze this field exercise question? Let's see what the topic is. Using a mid-sized troop to support and siege. How to move them efficiently. Okay, then let's start the lecture. You're really getting into this, Instructor Reen. Don't try to make this into another class. I can't help it, so please bear with me. So here's the real question. Let's look at this from before our main troops hit the enemy's main troops. It's a siege battle, so we need to hit the enemy from behind. You can have your support troop either deploy right behind the enemy or have them take a long detour to hit them from afar. From those two options, which would you choose? I get them from behind, obviously. The longer you take, the more likely you are to get caught. Well, that is true. What do you think, Stark? I think both answers are wrong. Damn it, I didn't even notice. It wouldn't make sense for the support troop to engage before the main troops do. There we are, now you got it. Dirty-ass trick question. So I think the support troops should make their move while the main troops are engaged. And once they are, the support troop attacks from right behind the enemy. It's precisely. Having your support troop take a long detour is a waste of time when the main forces are already engaged. So yeah, that should be all for this question. I hope that was helpful. It was really helpful. That was a great lesson. Look at Ash getting into it too. He's like, next question, Teach, next question. Gotcha, bro. Wait, which one goes outside? I don't want to go outside. I guess it makes sense that there's no one down here. Everyone's studying. Alright, so the last one will be for Altina. Who I feel like is going to be struggling with one subject. I have no idea what that was about.
Alright there.
Why do I have 4 of these piggy banks? Item drop rate 50%. That's why. When I inevitably want to, like, farm something in particular. There's only a few peckies left, and then I'll have those pecky badges, and I'll give them to everyone. Everyone will have 9,999 more HP.
Catch you later.
Unless it maxes out.
Alright
I don't think it doesn't max out at 4 digits. I don't think. So it shouldn't max out. So many pendulums. So many pendulums. I have so much mass. Look at this money. I can get speed plus 20. Oh. I'm gonna need this money
Hope
for
to
something
see you
else,
again.
though. Guaranteed. Guaranteed I'm
Hope
gonna
to
need
see
this.
you
for something.
again.
I was getting distracted. Her voice was very loud. Can't be louder than me. Dare she even try? Oh, Altina, Louise, are you guys studying here? Yes. We're reviewing music for the art class exam. It seems there will be a listening portion of the test. We're studying for it outside so we don't bother anyone. I see. Art is quite a difficult subject. Factual questions are fine, but I can't handle subjective ones. I actually have a harder time remembering all the dates and names of the factual questions. Let's help each other out, Allie. Yes, please. It's true that questions that require opinions or emotion are difficult for Altina. Maybe that can help her and Louise with their studying. I don't know a whole lot about music myself, but maybe there's something I can do to help you two study. Really? Yes, please. So both of you are worried about the listening part of the exam? Oh my, yes. It's mostly that we have no idea what sort of questions we'll have to answer for it. But we've been listening to a bunch of different kinds of pieces. I don't have any trouble naming the chords, tempos, or names of the pieces. I bet you Altina is perfect pitch. She just, like, doesn't know what to do with it. But in class, we've been asked for our impressions of songs. And when that happens, I'm completely lost, so I've been asking Louise what her impressions of the songs are. I don't think that's really the spirit of the question. I do feel a bit guilty about it. I wish I had perfect pitch. That would have made my life a little bit easier. But wait. I'm sure the principal will have already predicted this. Meaning? In other words, there's a good chance she's written questions that memorization will not help your answer. Because of that, I think it would be best for you to sharpen your creative sensibilities, Altina. Oh, I see. How do I do that? Well, listening to a bunch of different pieces and coming up with impressions is a good start. But you can't just get Louise's answers. You need to think about how they make you feel, Altina. I'll join you, so maybe if we keep at it, I'll help you out on the exam. I suppose it's worth a try. I've never done a class like that, like a music appreciation class. Where you like listen, and you like talk about your impressions, and like where your mind goes. That'd be pretty fun for me, I think. Alright, we're going back to the roof to talk to Valerie. Valerie. Instructor Schwarzer, are you still here? Yeah, I talked to Pablo and Gustav. I think you should find a way to make up with Pablo. You're such a busybody. Well, if it were just a normal argument, I wouldn't step in like this. But it seems like there's something you've been bottling up. Bottling up? Yeah, I'm sure you'll deny it, but you want to be on vocals more than anyone, don't you? That's not true. Well, sorry if I am being a busybody, but you're from a noble family in Northumbria, right? So what if I am? It's just that if that were the case, I can imagine the circumstances you must have endured. Well, you're not wrong there. Back when Northumbria was still a principality, the nobility system was still in place. After the Northumbrian disaster, the government was remade and the nobility abolished, though they kept their wealth to some extent. In a poor country like ours, children born into wealth and comfort were, of course, victims of envy and spite. And on top of that, I have another secret. The truth is, my family is related to the former Grand Prince of Northumbria, Balmond. The former Grand Prince? I'm sure you know the story. You're a history teacher, after all. Grand Prince Balmond, the traitorous ruler who fled Northumbria during the disaster 28 years ago. Apparently, any family with connections to him is a family of devils, mine included. How could they say such a thing? I came here intending to keep that a secret, but I don't care anymore. Anyway, it's probably best you not get involved with the devil. So please, instructor, just leave me be. I can't do that. Valerie, how come you didn't tell me sooner? It's just no fair for someone who's done nothing wrong to be treated like that. But hey, how long were you two here? We were here pretty much the whole time, sorry. Pablo and I were just worried, though. This school is just full of busybodies. But fine, I'll let you two know as well. Nothing good will come from associating with me, so... Don't be daft. Huh? Yeah, hearing that stuff even made me angry. A family of devils? None of that matters in the world of rock. I come to think of it, it might even come in handy. Rock's all about it's all about the soul. It's supposed to be Irish, not Canadian. God damn it. Your upbringing doesn't have anything to do with it. Here, Valerie, it's about time you quit bottling it all up. Take those emotions and light a fire to them. Let them blow right up. He means they want to play some rock music with you now. Alright then, I'll go get the key to the art room. Yeah, you get me, Instructor Bean. Hey, what are you doing? Let's hear some music. How did it end up like this? No use whining about it. Yeah, you just gotta do it. Oh, it's fading out. Do we get a song? Oh, I know. Screw it. It sounds a lot like Zelda 2. Like a lot like Zelda 2. That was brilliant. Your music was almost entrancing. I'd say it was pretty darn close to professional sounding.
Flattery won't get you anywhere.
You don't need to be so shy. That was a square 1,000 times better than any lyrics that'd fall out of my gob. So from now on, you'll be focusing on vocals. Is that alright with you, Valerie?
Fine, whatever.
I guess it's too late for me to back out anymore anyway. The secret's out now. Does that mean you'll agree to it? Yeah, I give up. Yes! Get in there. Get the feeling things are only gonna get more fun from now on. Okay. Oh wait, there was a thing to go outside. I'd never go out this door. Or do I? Oh no, I have gone out. It's very rare I go out this door though. I still haven't been in there. That probably just holds more soldats or something, but... Door to the platform. What platform? What platform is this? Hey, Frankie. If I never did his quest, would he not be here? I have a feeling he wouldn't be here. I'm guessing it's Celestine in the front. Yeah. Oh, there's no, I guess that would be more on, like, the free day or something. I assume there's gonna be, like, exams and then a free day.
Alrighty, let's begin. Huh?
Alright, I gotta check.
Alrighty,
I gotta check every
let's
time.
begin.
Oh, snap. I need an attack 3, a defense 3. Grab more of those. I have a lot of U materials, actually. Just in case. Alright, defense 3, attack 3.
See you later. I mentioned to get started.
Defense 3. Attack 3.
See you later. I mentioned to get started. Huh? Done already?
Excellent.
I mentioned to get started.
There's bound to be stuff I can do here. I can make a hit too.
Huh? Done already?
Yay. Yeah. Exams? It seems like everyone is under quite a lot of stress. You as well, Rain. It appears you're being pulled in a number of different directions. Well, that's being an instructor for you. Alright, Schmidt. Let's see if we get any actual info. Are these the remains of the White Ion? I was able to get a decent sample. The sample is better than the ones from Sutherland and Crossbow. But it will still take quite some time for me to analyze it. Is that so? I mean, its abilities were intense. Spatial annihilation, moving the railway cannons. It's safe to say it's the culmination of the Society's Gordius series. The last I heard, its development stalled out 2 years ago, but we may need to revise our understanding. In any event, your Tachi has been repaired. Check it to make sure it's as sharp as you remember. Okay, thank you, Professor. I actually forgot it broke. That happened like an hour ago. I already forgot. To be honest, I thought it was going to be the end of me. I was somehow able to endure it with that mana blade thing. It was probably some mana feedback that went through the Divine Knight, but it's not reliable. Don't expect it to happen again. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, thank you very much. Can't believe it's already this late, huh? The sky looks kind of strange. I need to prep for the exam before I head back today. Once I'm done with everything I need to do, I'll head back to the faculty lounge. He talks like he needs to take the test himself. Anyways, I'm gonna call it here. 'Cause I'm sleepy. Not because it's like I'm gonna go to bed soon, but like decaffeinating sucks. It's gonna be like 4 or 5 days before I like don't feel sleepy.
Okay.
And yeah. My throat is not used to like speaking this much, this quickly, this often, etc. So it's getting kind of sore. So, if I turn out to be free tomorrow, I will stream tomorrow. If not, I will stream Thursday. At around the same time, I think. Yeah, probably. I need to try and have a more, like, scheduled life. So yeah, if you enjoyed your time here, feel free to follow if you've not done so already. But until next time, thanks for hanging out.